start.
Oh, wow.
What?
There's guitar picks on the ground. Whose are these?
Darren, whose guitar picks are these?
You're on time.
It's a signal.
Good evening. It's 7 o'clock here in the northeast of the United States, and this is the Tibet Center. That's our English name. Tibetan name is Kunchab Tarduling, the place pervaded by seekers of liberation. The real liberation, not political liberation, liberation from death and ignorance. So that's pretty good. We roll the dice high here. All the prayers we'll be saying tonight are on the Tibet Center website in the FAQ section. If there's anyone who's passed away recently and you wish us to pray for them, put their names in the chat box as soon as possible. Don't wait till the end, because there is a time delay. So we have a few different variety of things to talk about tonight, something light, so in keeping with the ability for us to think in this hot weather, even though we're air conditioned here, we're spoiled. So we'll say prayer for the spread of the teachings throughout the length and breadth of the West to start. By the force of the blessings of the non-fallacious three precious gems, and of the truth of our pure selfless wishes, may the precious Buddhist teachings flourish and spread to the expanse of all areas throughout the length and breadth of the West. For all the people living there together with their near ones, who have engaged in the teachings and have faith and respect for them, may all conditions adverse to their practice of the pure Dharma be dispelled, and an excellent collection of favorable conditions increase like the waxing moon. And especially for those who work on methods to accomplish the flourishing and spreading of the victorious one's teachings, which are the source of benefit and happiness, may they never be oppressed by masses of interference and adverse conditions, and may this spontaneously happen just as we have hoped and wished. The Heart Sutra, Heart of Wisdom Sutra. Thus have I heard once, the Blessed One was dwelling in the royal domain of the Vulture Peak Mountain, together with a big gathering of great monks and great bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered the Samadhi, which examines the Dharmas, called profound illumination, and at the same time, noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, looking at the profound practice of transcendent knowledge, saw the five skandhas in their natural emptiness. Then, through the inspiration of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra said to Avalokiteshvara, how should those noble ones learn who wish to follow the profound practice of transcendent knowledge? And Avalokiteshvara answered, Venerable Shariputra, whoever wishes to follow the profound practice of transcendent knowledge should look at it like this. Seeing the five skandhas in their natural emptiness, form is empty, emptiness itself is form. Emptiness is not separate from form, form is not separate from emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discriminating awareness, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Thus all the dharmas are empty and have no characteristics. They are unborn and unceasing. They are not impure or pure. They neither decrease nor increase. Therefore, since there is emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discriminating awareness, no compositional factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no sensation, no objects of mind, no quality of sight, no quality of hearing, no quality of smelling, no quality of tasting, no quality of sensing, no quality of thought, no quality of mind consciousness. There are no nidanas from ignorance to old age and death, nor their wearing out. There is no suffering, no cause of suffering, no ending of suffering, and no path, no wisdom, no attainment, no non-attainment. Therefore, since there is no attainment, the bodhisattvas abide by means of transcendent knowledge. And since there is no obscurity of mind, they have no fear, they transcend falsity and pass beyond the bounds of sorrow. All the Buddhas who dwell in the past, present, and future, by means of transcendent knowledge, fully and clearly awaken to unsurpassed, true, complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of transcendent knowledge, the mantra of deep insight, the unsurpassed mantra,
the unequaled mantra, the mantra which calms all suffering, should be known as truth, for there is no deception.
In transcendent knowledge, the mantras proclaim Tayaka Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhisoha. O Shariputra, this is how a Bodhisattva Mahasattva should learn profound transcendent knowledge. Then the Blessed One arose from that samadhi and praised the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, profound transcendent knowledge should be practiced just as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, Shariputra and Avalokiteshvara, that whole gathering in the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, their hearts full of joy, praised the words of the Blessed One. Generating Bodhicitta is the title. This refuge and Bodhisattva vow all in one. We say these verses 3 times, as you all know. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind intent on full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space endures, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind intent on full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space endures, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind intent on full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space endures, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. So, in keeping with our little tradition, we'll say one round of Om Mani Padme Hum. Got it? The mantra of Avalokiteshvara, who is the personification of great compassion. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani. Om Mani Padme Hum. So we have a nice smorgasbord, buffet, different things. We'll continue with what we started off with Monday night, Polishing the Diamond, The Enlightening Mind by the Korean Buddhist master Jae-woong Kim. Your friends in Korea? You should ask them about Jae-woong Kim. Little vignettes. And you find it useful? I actually have 2 copies of this. This is the classic. This is a book I want to read. When I had it a few years ago. So, different stories though, not the same old. He's very cosmic in certain ways. Here's a straight out 3 vehicles thing. What 3 vehicles? Ford, the Chevy, no. There are 3 types of people who pursue spiritual practice. This is from page 171, but you don't have the book, so it doesn't matter, but you will. I'm going to put the second copy upstairs. This is a good dip into book. You could sit on the couch there, read it, and then drift off to a nice and then we come up to revive you with espresso. There are 3 types of people who pursue spiritual practice. Those who ride in the goat's vehicle, those who ride in the deer's vehicle, and those who ride the white bull's vehicle. Folkloric, you know, what's the word? Who knows? Jung would have a good time with this, right? The archetypical. Those who ride in the goat's vehicle follow the spiritual path because they do not like the sufferings of their bodies. The initial level. You want to, this is not so hot, what can I do about it? They beg Buddha for their family's health, their economic well-being, and their happiness. These are the people who offer up one meal's worth of grocery money to Buddha and demand 10 years' worth of living expenses. Very transactional, eh? The next one, like merchants trying to make a profit, theirs is the mentality of doing business with Buddha. One must plant wealthy causes to be well off and plant happy causes to live happily. The people who ride in the goat's vehicle, however, only beg Buddha and forego planting the causes. So they're not going anywhere in this goat's vehicle. But the goal of spiritual practice is to change one's poor mind into a wealthy one, to condition one's miserable mind into a happy one. Because everything is accomplished with the mind, which we've been banging into everybody the last few months. The mind, the mind, the mind. Now those who ride in the deer's vehicle, they have more wisdom than the people who ride in the goat's vehicle. These people know that this universe is built from the results of planted causes. We've been talking about this a lot. You want something, create the cause and shut up. That's it. You know about it. They try to achieve bright results by diligently planting bright causes. They conduct their personal relationships in that way. They put much care into their children's education from the beginning. They invest plenty in their businesses, and they keep up their health early in their lives. And with thorough mental preparation, they live while preparing for every situation in their lives. These people live their lives brightly and successfully. Thirdly, there are those who ride in the white bull's vehicle. What do you wear when you ride in? I don't know. Think about this. These people know that what happens in their minds reflects what happens in the universe outside their minds. He's very deep on this theme. Therefore, they accept the phenomena of the universe into their minds to enlighten those phenomena. That's an awkward thing. I don't know if it's a translation, but I got an idea what he means. Anybody have a suggestion? They accept the phenomena of the universe into their minds to enlighten these phenomena. People, things, events, I don't know.
Reflect on the nature, or
Maybe.
see into the true nature.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you picking up, Mark? Darren?
Yeah.
You picking up the audience on the speaker?
Yes.
Housekeeping, sorry.
Mm.
You heard, Mark.
Mm.
Since these people's realization is one with the entire universe, it is the great vehicle and the most supreme vehicle, the Mahayana, we could say, not a stretch. They view sentient beings' problems as their own and resolve those problems to benefit many beings. With this type of an enlightened person's one is the vow, a promise, a prayer in Korean, W-O-N, won, with a little tilde over the O. So, and you don't know any Korean, you?
I mean, one is usually like money, but
Hmm.
interesting.
Two is money too. No, never mind. Being a wise, smart ass over here. One is money in Korean.
Or one, like one.
One. Persons one about wars and disasters can be prevented and the people's minds can be calm. Such is the path of the bodhisattvas. You suspected and now we've confirmed. Which lights up the realm of sentient beings. We should all ride in the white bull's vehicle to tread the path of the great vehicle, the Mahayana. Here's something that's very cosmic. You know who believes this? The Nyingmas. Surya Das told me about the idea that when you become a monk, all your generations back and forward benefit. It's a very different way of looking at the world. Is it true or not? As skeptical dialectic people are supposed to, let's see what it is. When one pursues the path, 9 generations benefit. That's the headline. Just as radio stations send out radio waves, so their human mind sends out mind waves. So the human mind, not there, so the human mind sends out mind waves. I think this is true. I think it's been scientifically hinted at. I don't know. The waves of the mind spread out in all directions of space. If a son who is far away in Seoul, Korea, this capital, is sick and worried about something, his mother can sense such conditions through intuition or feel it through her dreams. This is the simultaneous transmission and reception of mind waves. This is interesting. Similarly, one person's merit of opening his heart to the bright radiance, the merit of devoting himself to a spiritual practice, or herself, we'll have to change the pronouns, is passed on to 9 generations in all directions, to one's ancestors, one's grandfather, one's great-grandfather, and so on, up to 9 generations, to one's descendants, one's grandchildren's, one's great-grandchildren, and so on, down 9 generations, to one's relatives, uncles, cousins, and so on. One receives and feels directly all the mind waves that go back and forth in all directions. Karmic ties are linked in this way, both vertically and horizontally, and involve thousands of people. You are not alone. Interesting to think about anyway.
Makes a lot of sense.
The mind is important. So what's your language? If you lack spiritual cultivation and are quick to anger, are unstable or greedy or judgmental of others' faults, then you will send out your level of mind waves to the thousands of people within the boundary of your 9 generations. People who have karmic ties with you will receive such mind waves and will suffer from them. This is a tough one. I mean, this is open to a lot of discussion.
Can you say that last sentence one more time?
Many times. People who have karmic ties with you will receive such mind waves and will suffer from them. This is the person who's negative. However, if you have cultivated your mind well enough to use it at a high level, then you will send out bright and healthy waves. Now, what happens when we say prayers sincerely? I think something like this happens. We're going to have a ceremony tomorrow, which is almost tomorrow in India, for Carol's son. I think that's something like that will affect, especially when these are beings that are pure of heart, under vows, very powerful.
I think there is a scientist who's studied this named Rupert Sheldrake.
Rupert Sheldrake?
Yeah, he's a botanist, and he was
Really?
investigating how plants in different parts of the world can evolve. The same species of plant evolves in the same way with no direct contact, and so he started researching that. And he has a theory called morphogenetic resonance, which refers to this
form, yeah.
kind of mental level.
Mm.
So it might be experimentally
So forget the 3D
verified
printer.
someday. Yeah. What's that?
Forget the 3D printer. We have, our minds can make these.
Yeah.
It's interesting, you know. Sheldrake.
He's a cool guy. Rupert.
Rupert Sheldrake. No, that's, I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah.
What the hell? Not doing anything. I'm not meeting with heads of state this week, so
Okay.
I got plenty of time.
Not this week.
Thousands of people will feel joy through you. So you send out bright, healthy waves. I think all the time of prayers that they say, the ceremonies, His Holiness starts praying. There's something there, from him especially. Also, if your practice is advanced enough so that you can receive others' dark mind waves and surrender them to Buddha, you will liberate their inner sufferings, wash away their dark shades, and illuminate their minds. All karmic debts and obstacles ripen upon me right now. I give my virtue, and how we say this every day with the Guru Puja. Officially said some people would say that on a rosary. And they chant that one in. May all the sufferings ripen on me, my happiness for them. 108 times.
Is that 8 verses on training the mind?
That's something like that. It's a mind trip. It's from the Guru Puja that we read like a month ago here. It's one of the verses, but it is a mind training. But it's a lojong they call it. Yes. Giving it takes tonglen, something. Taking their suffering, giving them happiness. Before you can give them happiness, you got to take their suffering away so there's room. That's what I always think. Now there's room and it's cleaned out. Now I can send happiness. I'm not going to send happiness to somebody, you know.
Sometimes I struggle with that where even lending an ear to a friend or something, maybe they're going through something hard, and then you know, kind of take it, and then you try and help them feel better. And then I think sometimes I feel like, oh shoot, I have it now on me, and I don't know what to do. I don't want to now put it on someone else and spread it.
You have that mood and that
Yeah.
negative energy, you might
Yeah,
say.
like I'm glad
Purify
that they
it.
don't have it as much now, but now I think I might have it, and now I think I'm going to accidentally spread it.
No, that's the time to
Feel
get to
like
work.
it's effective.
No, that's the time to get the, first of all, it's purified already because it's not inherently existent. It doesn't have the status you're assigning it.
Right.
It's this, it's that. So if you could do that, if not, you can say, I'm happy to take their suffering, and this trouble I have now will burn away my bad karma.
Yeah.
I'm not happy now, I'm suffering. All right, may this suffering burn away my own dead karma. I could be more useful. It's just something you did voluntarily. It's not something that was
Yeah.
foisted upon you. You went there, so that's not a problem getting depressed about dealing with all these problems. You went right there with the idea of trying to help. That's commendable, noble. That's the highest thing, I think. I don't know. His Holiness says that in a lot of his books. You won't get depressed because you did it voluntarily, walking into these terrible situations. Of course, if you're a high bodhisattva, different levels, or at least Arya bodhisattva, you can handle it easily, I would think. I'll let you know if I ever get there. I'll text you. Whatever realm you... No, I'll send mind waves.
Okay.
We found a new way.
I think therapists have to be very careful of compassion fatigue.
You burn out,
They
yeah.
do specific things to not have that.
Well, this is the way, you know, Holiness talks about it a lot. So that's a lot of people come to him, you know. And he interviews people in the middle of things, Doctors Without Borders, the people who rescue work and everything. He's very curious. He's everywhere. Talking to everyone, so.
I would guess like being able to see reality rather than projection is
That's right.
Wisdom.
key. Yeah.
May that come immediately.
Yeah, that's the key.
That's the key, yes. What? No?
And prevents the problems in the first place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
What if you have been angry and you've sent out this negative energy towards someone? How do you correct that?
You do a lot of confession. He said, you regret. The power of regret is what cleans your mind. You know, there's the four opponent powers and all that, but regret throws the whole show, you know. There's, you know, application of Vajrasattva or something like that. Well, without regret, it doesn't work. That's the energy. Like you ate poison. I shouldn't have done that. Right away, you do something about it. Now you think, I shouldn't have done that. Many eons from now, I'll still be suffering. I hate that. You know, then you do charity, you read, you do whatever you can to send it out. But
And resolving not to do it again.
the resolving, but the strength of the resolve depends on the strength of the regret. That's the whole show. Regret, regret, regret. We gotta make a song about this. Children's song. Regret. However, if you have cultivated your mind, let's use it as a high level, send out bright and healthy ways. Thousands of people will feel joy through you. Also, if your practice is advanced enough, you can receive others' dark mind waves and surrender them to Buddha. You will liberate their inner sufferings, wash away their dark shades, and eliminate their minds. It's the second time we're reading that. So these books are wonderful. They come around twice, and you get more out of it.
Does it say eliminate their minds?
Illuminate.
Okay.
Illuminate. I have a New York accent. I'm saying, yeah, eliminate their minds.
Yeah, okay.
We'll take care of all of them. Illuminate,
Very nice.
as in light.
Yes.
Moreover, the number 9 implies infinity. I didn't know that. Did you know the number 9? Wait till Las Vegas hears about this. The number 9 implies infinity, or as in the expressions ninefold palace. 90,000 li of a distant sky, or 9,000 worlds. I'm not familiar with some of those things. I guess it's cultural. You have to remember this Korean is a little, like, especially Zen, is closer to the source than Japanese Zen. Zen went from China to Korea and then to Japan.
Mm.
And when the Korean books start coming out, you see the broad expanse of Buddhism. It's got a lot in it. You know. In Buddhism, 9 generations means a countless number of ancestors and people who have karmic ties with you. Therefore, 9 generation could mean all the beings in the universe. It's a lot. When Shakyamuni Buddha attained Buddhahood, many people became enlightened. The entire human race is receiving one Buddha's grace forever. Even being mentioned. There is a saying, if a monk is produced in a family, he illuminates the household. If he is someone who has awakened the Dharma power, his household and his hometown will receive the benefit. If an enlightened person is born, the entire nation will receive the benefit. If one person attains the ability to see one's past lives, thousands of people will attain the ability to perceive their past lives. When one person becomes enlightened, the whole universe is illuminated.
Mm.
That's a hard one. But I see what they're driving at. The connectedness, the university. Buddha Dharma, Buddhism, is more than just what occurs in physical reality. The inner radiance, knowingly and unknowingly, illuminates again the whole spiritual realm. They all become more enlightened day by day to serve the Buddha well. Par one, whatever that means in Tibetan, in the Korean. Par one. Did you hear that name? Par one.
Parwan.
P-A-R. Let me see if he has it in the glossary.
W-O-N. I don't know.
Par one, yeah, an invocation of a prayer, vow, or selfless wish. Par one. Not a dish you order in the ramen shop, no. Posalin in Korean means bodhisattva. So now we know Korean and we know Pusa in Chinese. So now for some hardcore Buddhism. This is, you know, the 5 paths, Gate, Paragate, Prasanga Buddhism. So accumulation, we call it preparation, they call it joining, same thing. Seeing, meditating, no more learning. So Thrangu Rinpoche, Geshe, Larampa Geshe Thrangu Rinpoche, even though he's Kagyu. Well, we won't mention that. Yeah, we will. It's part of the 5 paths. The equality of samsara and nirvana. There's one talk in the 5 lamas. I think Sakya Trinzen did it, the equality of samsara and nirvana. Have you ever heard the expression?
Yes.
How do you think they're equal? Both in her, no, they can go on with that one. You can always pull yourself out of the debate with that. So he's quoting the Maitreya's Ornament of Clear Realization, verse 181. Because phenomena are like a dream, they are not conceptualized as existence or peace. Peace is nirvana, existence is nirvana. You got to pay attention to the words in these things. The answers to the objection that there is no karma and so on are sufficient as they have been explained. What? The usual cryptic, short, a lot of meaning in 4 words. So he explains that the 9th topic concerns the inseparability of samsara and peace, nirvana, or existence and peace, samsara, nirvana. Okay. When we are going through these paths, there will be certain signs of progress, with the major sign being the inseparability of samsara and nirvana. We'll come to realize that. Really got something. It's a little thick, so we'll go slow. This inseparability means that they have the same nature. Yay. Before, on the 2nd path of junction or accumulation, it was very important to work on the relative level of reality, of samsara and nirvana, the relative level. Where we separate, this is samsara, that's nirvana, blah, blah, as it appears to us, as we work with it and all that.
Isn't that the first path, accumulation? 'Cause
Accumulation,
preparation-
yes, preparation is the second, that's right. You're right, it's not accumulation. Accumulation, preparation.
So
Or
accumulation-
joining, he's saying. The joining is throwing me off.
So accumulation is more conceptual.
When we are going to this better, several means that they have the same name. Not probably, it is more, yes, they are not conceptual as existence or peace. They actually are that way, but they're not, we must conceptualize, yes, I would think, but I'm not sure. But, path of preparation for what? Prepare to see reality. That's what the why it has preparation. Why they have junction, I don't know. Joining reality. It's just an English translation. Where they have the same next. Before, on the second path of junction or preparation, it was very important to work on the relative level of reality of samsara nirvana. As long as we are ignorant, we will want to become free of samsara. Well, who doesn't? This is tricky now. As the very nature of our suffering. Yes, we don't want to be suffering.
So that as long as we are ignorant, we will want to become free of
Right,
samsara.
we will want, and then he explained the very nature of our suffering, free of samsara. So, ignorant from the final nature of reality. We're not that stupid now. We're doing something about it. But
Yeah.
again, the underlying, we talked about this before the last time we were talking about the corrupted things are corrupted, but not totally corrupted. All your merit you're doing still has a state of corruption or something.
Tainted.
Tainted, that's the word. Yay, Mark, le mot juste. Because it doesn't see the true nature of reality. But it's not wrong. It gets you very good rebirths, it gets you whatever you want, and you increase your compassion, but you're still not out of jail. The jail of seeing inherent existence. So that's what we want to get out of it. And you help people more when you're in that position, seeing the full nature of reality. It is very important to aspire to work towards attaining nirvana, which is freedom from suffering. But when we have gone beyond ignorance and delusion, the two of them, we need to know that the manifestation of samsara, our suffering, and the manifestation of nirvana, peace, are the same. Hard to swallow right now, I would think. We should not try to reject the suffering of samsara and cherish nirvana as being highly desirable. So what do? This is tough, right?
We should not try to what?
We should not try to reject the suffering of samsara and cherish nirvana as being highly desirable. This sounds strange. We should not try to reject the suffering of samsara and cherish nirvana as being highly desirable. But isn't that why we come here? Hello, let's see how he resolves it. Then maybe he doesn't.
It's interesting though to think about it, because remember when Nikki was doing a teaching and Carol was asking, like, when we say, just as I wish to be happy, so-and-so wishes to be happy, and she was saying, like, what if the goal isn't to wish to be happy, it's just to be present, right? There was this question, and it was a big
That's a good one.
conversation. It always confuses me, because it is like, is the goal to wish to, I don't know. To
Not
wish
have a goal.
The goal is to not have a goal.
Yeah.
But then the thing that generates more
An inherent
compassion
goal.
is to
There you
say, just as I want to be happy, they want to be happy. It's the wanting to be happy isn't the point, it's finding a like ground, correct? In that
Maybe.
exercise?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a bodhisattva way of thinking.
It's not about just as I wish to be happy, they wish to be happy, and we should all wish to be happy. It's like, no,
We're the
that's
same
just
that
something
way.
that can tie us together,
And the
correct?
thing is, they are doing things that may be horrible to you, thinking that's going to make them happy.
Right. and
Somebody
I'm
throws a
doing
tantrum,
things-
somebody starts shooting at someone.
Right.
It's going to get rid of my pain. I want to be happy. I don't want to be like this.
So
Wow.
the goal isn't to wish to be happy, the goal is just to understand that we are all connected. And that we're all similar in our wants to not be uncomfortable.
You have to understand we're connected, yes, so that you can understand the person coming at you hostilely, with
Right.
hostility, etc. He's following an impulse based on ignorance, so he's suffering from ignorance first and foremost, and that's why they're acting this way. It sort of explains.
Right.
And as Nikki says many times, a lot of lamas say, karma doesn't judge, it explains.
Right.
It's a big deal.
And here the book is saying,
Well, he's not finished yet. Let's
Oh,
see what he
okay.
says.
I think
It's
His Holiness says that the wish to be happy is a very natural thing. We don't have to try. It's just is there.
yeah.
Yeah. But then the question is how.
Yeah.
And looking for,
How to be happy. Yeah.
Looking for,
and looking for at other people saying, well, they wish to be happy just like I do. That's the great equalizer. I think it falls into equalizing self
Right.
and
Yeah.
others.
Right.
It's
We do
meaning,
that.
though, isn't it? It's more than happiness, or it's other than happiness, sort of meaning or deliberation.
you don't have meaning, you're sort of not sure of yourself, and it's a certain level of suffering. But the grossest reason is that understanding why this person is acting like a lunatic. They think they're actually going to be happy. Like they're getting rid of this. I don't want to suffer like this. Give me a poor fellow that shot up Park Avenue the other day. Well, we were safely ensconced on 30th Street. You know, it's sad. Oh, so let's see what he says. So how is samsara and nirvana like in terms of their actual nature? And here comes the rope and the snake again. Did you ever get bit by a coil of rope? It's my question. Did you now? Okay. We can go back to this is a beautiful way of saying it. This is pretty good. We can go back to the example of mistaking the rope for a snake. When we mistake the rope for a snake, we are under a false belief and we panic and suffer. It is very important to eliminate that panic and to realize what is really there. There's no need for this panic. A bodhisattva sees other beings suffering under delusion and wants to release them by having them see the truth. The only way, by the way. So, but the rope was incorrectly perceived, so the suffering it causes really quite superficial in the relative scale of things. It was misperceived. There's not a problem there. Hello, turn on the light. I mean, that's easy to talk about in the example, but in life it's hard to. We must realize that our incorrect view of phenomena is not really a part of the true nature of phenomena. What we think is there isn't there the way we think it is. Deep, deep down, not just like, for a minute I thought this was a box or something, and really deep down. So individuals who are on the higher levels of the path realize the sameness or inseparability of the experience of samsara and nirvana. By realizing this, they perceive all phenomena as being dreamlike. Dreamlike. There's no power behind that. It's dream. That's tough. Another one. Like a dream, a mirage. You know, we might be led to think, oh well, if they are basically the same, then what's the point of striving to get rid of suffering and to work on purifying our karma or doing meditation? People want to know. It's a good answer because that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Well, so what are we bothering? What do we eat? No. We will not have such doubts if we understand the interrelationship between relative and ultimate reality.
Say again?
What's that to say it again? We're busy eating. We will not have such doubts if we understand the interrelationship, how they play off of each other between relative and ultimate reality, simultaneously around all the time. When we say nirvana and samsara have the same nature, we are talking about them from an ultimate point of view. We've seen the other side. We've seen it. Oh, they're the same nature. We're not in the inherent existent jail anymore. We have a bigger view. I have to use spaces. That's the way I think. Using the example of the rope, here it comes again. On the ultimate level of reality, the rope has always been just a rope. That's it. On the relative level of reality, we are looking at the rope under the delusion that it is a snake and desperately trying to get rid of it. There's your delusion. You're projecting out. Snake! It's not there. The problem is you seeing something that's not there. Assuming something. And we assume reality. And it goes deep and it's difficult. I would the whole process of delusion and the liberation, he said the whole process of delusion and liberation, the darshan be there, takes place on the relative level of reality. And therefore we can eliminate our fear because there never was a real snake there in the first place on the ultimate level of reality. This is now a good key, a good solution. We can get rid of this problem because what we think is there was never there in the first place. Everyone else thinks that way, and everyone reinforces that. Things are inherently this and this is this, at different levels too, you know, not everybody would see a snake, but it's see a rope rather as a snake, not a, but.
Does he ever say explicitly what we think is there but is not there? Does he have a way of describing that other than the
I
analogy?
hope to find out
Okay.
more and more of this. It's very slow reading with this guy.
I mean,
he's deep.
In our context, we say inherent existence.
We say no, and we throw that off, but we don't really know what it means deep down in all of its ramifications, orchestrations, whatever you want to, whatever key it's in. So we have to use a music thing. It's tough. I mean, I use it all the time, and I don't really know what inherent existence is until you really live with it, I guess. I don't know. These ideas go deep, for me anyway. Let's see what he has to say. He's tough, you know, his words are loaded. If samsara had here, okay, well, the whole process of delusion and liberation takes place on the relative level of reality. Therefore, we can eliminate our fear because there never was a real snake there in the first place on the ultimate level of reality. So an area being would say, what the hell is he getting excited for? An open snake is very crude. Why are they excited about all these things in life? Don't they see these are dreamlike? These are not as heavy as they think, that they can be worked with, the main thing. They can be dealt with, they can be manipulated. They're not the brick wall in front of you. You dreamed the brick wall, it's not there. A lot of parables about walking through walls and stuff like that, that's what they're talking about. From the Christian level has that a lot. Christ walked through walls, so he didn't have to pay in order. It's just joking. When those relative delusions that we heard about our world can be eliminated, they will result in liberation. Here's the bomb. Samsara is a delusion we've experienced for many lifetimes. All right. Now we know what we're dealing with. If samsara had an authentic, independent existence, then it would be almost impossible to do anything about it. What are we going to do? We would have to physically change the whole world in order to remove our suffering. But samsara is caused by our deluded belief, and that makes achieving the peace of nirvana very workable. Sigh of relief. That's right. And there's no tuition, there's no judgment, nothing. But you got to do it. They can't do it for you.
It's interesting to think about, like, if you say, we'll just dream up a person and say that person has had snakes around them, real snakes, around them all their life.
You talking about Nagarjuna?
Or like a really tough childhood, or a tough
really.
life. And then
Our own people there, me.
and then you go into life, and then that person's an adult, and they think everything's a snake and it's all ropes.
Oh, yes.
So then it's like, as a, becoming an adult, and I guess it's the freedom of adulthood in many ways, is that you have the opportunity to realize and to be able to see reality for what it is instead of...
If the conditions are there. That's why it's so important for this place to exist. No, really, if the conditions are there, yes, and you meet your karmic connections come up, causes and conditions. Yeah. We all have that, If you get mad, if you get frustrated, you think there's no blind alley, that's not the way the Buddha's smile works. There are these realized beings that go all through this and keep smiling. There's something there. It's workable, it's doable. It's so important to find someone that's in your presence, in the gross, Rupakaya form that we can talk to and listen to. It's very important to see how they act, their demeanor.
It's interesting to think about being like, I'm not a Buddha, I'm Margaret. I'm very human and very much a work in progress. And
as we all are.
And I feel like the opportunity to be able to not repeat those patterns of feeling like it's not, that is just a rope, is, it feels lucky to have the opportunity to even see it as a rope, but it's also very difficult.
But seeing all of life as an imagined rope,
Yeah,
imagined
yeah.
snake rather,
Yeah,
when it's not.
yeah.
It's hard to do.
Especially if they've gone on for infinite past lives.
And they have.
Yeah.
That's his point.
Yeah.
So it feels natural.
Yeah.
It's innate. And it didn't, like Kathleen McDonald says, these things didn't come from learning this or that. We were born with them. They go back. They go back way back.
Yeah.
You know.
I find that well, then, I'm speaking personally now, I'd say, I'm just going to make sure that's a rope, even if it is a snake.
That's what I mean, getting bit by a coil of rope. You gotta be careful.
Because I wanna just not think everything's a snake. But then maybe a friend will say,
Sometimes
that's
it might be a snake.
And I'm like,
If you're in
"Oh,
India,
no, but I'll
cancel that experiment.
like that's actually something that is bad that you should stay away from. But then convincing oneself, no, it's just a rope, because you don't want to be in a pattern of just seeing snakes all the time.
Mary Ann made that joke when she actually had a snake in her kitchen on the second floor in Dharamsala. Ooh, and she took a picture of it. Thing's a big fat snake. So what do? There's a snake guy in all the Indian towns that you call.
Yeah,
And he comes with a stick in a bag and he gets rid of the snake.
Yeah.
Call 1-800-SNAKE-OUT. There's probably some franchise now. An Uber equivalent of 1-800-JUNK got into the snake business. But anyway, enough of this. Why are we babbling? Shut up. It's a delusion we've experienced for many lifetimes. I'm reading it again. If samsara had an authentic, independent existence, then it would be almost impossible to do anything about it. We would have to physically change the whole world in order to remove our suffering. But samsara is caused by our deluded beliefs, and that makes achieving the peace of nirvana very workable. So we can't always think of samsara in terms of real estate. We're in samsara, we gotta move to nirvana. No, it's in the mind.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it's not real estate. You know what the price of nirvana would be these days? I'm telling you. So, how do we eliminate our delusions? Well, within this relative world, we should work on the purification of our karma. Karma being the thing that sends up these thoughts in your mind. The thing that makes you meet this person and not that person. In other words, our reality we create ourselves. We write the script, we cast it and everything. So what we're doing now is we've written past lives ago. And we can control our future life, by at least wishing. We gotta be in a place that have the conditions to practice and advance towards Buddhahood to help all sentient beings. End of story. No big speech. That's it. And it should be, near an ocean, because I like to go swimming. Just in general. As Chungla's advice on dying always says, always think compassion, it never fails. It may be useful to others. If you're good, you could do your sadhana and all that, but who is? We can develop the power to eliminate that delusion. Within this relative world, we should work with purification of karma by developing our meditation. We can develop the power to eliminate that delusion. If we thoroughly understand the ultimate level of reality and understand what has really been the backdrop of a relative experience, then we will see the equality of samsara and nirvana as being both products of our mind. Boom. There's the same. So these two levels of samsara and nirvana fit together, so we say they are inseparable. Da hum bam ho. So they say. So, this is very helpful, this book, especially since
That's cool.
the text is tough,
This is Abhisamayalankara,
Yeah,
ornament with Maitreya.
yeah, Maitreya through a Sangha. He spoke, a Sangha wrote, but a Sangha gets all the credit. He gets the royalties. Maitreya doesn't need them. Maitreya is a big devotional thing. There's a mantra of Maitreya in here. It seems to be the thing, like the Tibetans have Avalokiteshvara. They have Maitreya that they repeat all the time and also. That's the one in Chinatown that you see, the big belly Buddha. And they'll always ask, who's that? And they'll say, Happy Buddha. You know, Happy
Is
Buddha
it the
too,
same
so.
being, or is it another being?
Same
that-
being, you gotta ask Liang, she goes on for 2 hours, or ask better, ask Bing.
Well,
It's Maitreya, there's a
maybe you
name
have
in,
to ask Rinpoche.
he's not here.
Yeah.
You could ask Geshe Damdol,
Yeah.
sure he knows.
Yeah.
Even, you know, Simon might know.
Mm.
Oh, reminds me, I have to announce. Short commercial break. The Tibet Center will have a wonderful guest on Saturday night. Yes, Saturday night at 7:30, August 9th. Not this Saturday, but the one after. Geshe Ma Tenzin Ladrong, light of the deity. Lamp of the deity. And Dron is light, Lach is the deity. She's the resident teacher in this new Forest of Wisdom place in northeast Connecticut, which has the idea to become a monastic situation here in the West, both male and female monastics. And I'm sure the lay people can come up for, you know, drying out or whatever they do. So we have a chance to meet her, 7:30 at night, short visit, very convivial. And then the following Monday, the 11th, our friend for a long time, Simon Holton, Houlton, who's a translator, graduate of the debate school, and it's dialectic school, the better. What's the official name?
Institute of Buddhist Dialectics.
Institute of Buddhist Dialectics.
Dharamsala.
In Dharamsala.
Yeah.
So he's a graduate of that.
He's a Rime Geshe.
He's a Rime Geshe. But that's right. Rime means he's not sectarian. That place is not sectarian,
Right.
as far as I know. And he's working on a book called, we call it The Five Lamas. I don't know what glorious title we're going to give it. Part of the Kala Chakra celebration in '91, His Holiness said it would be good if we have preliminary talks by the best lamas around right now. And he selected 5 lamas, Bon and the other main sects, Kagyu, Sakya, Yaluk, and Nyingma. And he asked them to do an afternoon, 2.5-hour talk each. They did that. They had questions and answers. We recorded it. Mark digitized it, worked very hard on it. Maya worked hard on transcribing all these people over the years. This is 40 years ago. Something like it, what? 30-something years ago? Were you around then? You weren't even born yet. No.
I'm 89.
Oh, no, you were around. This was 91.
Okay, I was 2.
You were the one that wouldn't shut up, that crying baby.
No.
Now I remember.
I went-
Anyway, so this is, all these lamas selected by His Holiness, they went through, they did a glorious program. They had great translators, all Sakya Trinjan spoke in English. So Simon's polishing this book up, and it will be the centerpiece of our upcoming, trumpets please, kazoos, the 50th anniversary of the Tibet Center. Very good. A little flat, you gotta work on it. Your chops aren't there yet. We'll see. So that's that. I left the joshing around. Simon will give us, should be very interesting talk. He is a wonderful person, very helpful to me when my wife died, getting advice from, Shunga was stuck in Dharamsala in COVID restriction. We were stuck over here. He took the time out to write an elaborate instruction email to me. It was wonderful. So he can do no wrong, even if he robs banks, I don't care. Not my bank. And that's it. So I think it'll be worth your while. All these events will be online, so don't worry if you can't get it. You have to go, yeah, I can't get there, it's too hot. Fine. Sit down in front of you, and it will be archived. So it's part of our expanding program, we hope, of the Tibet Center. So what else? It's a quick, let me see if I have a quick thing from him. We don't, but we have from him. A few more minutes. Any questions? Anybody wants to complain?
No complaints.
Anything else from the Mahakasyapa Sutra?
Mahakasyapa Sutra is, you know, just what's in this book, but it's very key. It's very studied. He's the patriarch of Zen. That's why he's such a big deal.
He's the he's the original.
They claim it comes from him.
I never heard that.
He picked up, he's the one that Buddha didn't say, wordless transmission, that's the
Yeah.
word they use. He picked up a flower and he sneezed, so he got the, no, picked up a flower and he, Mahakasyapa smiled, and Buddha said, Mahakasyapa no, Kasyapa
Mm.
knows, the great Kasyapa. Here, the Diamond Sutra, Shakyamuni Buddha's spiritual housekeeping. This is from the Korean Lama Jae-woong Kim, who's still alive, lives in Korea, but comes to the States and teaches. Shakyamuni Buddha did not teach the Diamond Sutra to spiritual seekers at first because it was too hard, for it was too hard. Only after he had taught his students for 40 years, when their practices had matured and the religious order was stable, did he teach the Diamond Sutra. Master Bach, his teacher, said that among the 600 wisdom lectures, the Diamond Sutra is the one that the Buddha wanted most to teach. Buddha's lineage of wisdom was passed down by Mahakasyapa, the first patriarch of the Indian Buddhist order. Later in the time of Bodhidharma, when Bodhidharma went to China from India, the 28th patriarch of the Indian Buddhist order and the first patriarch of the Chinese Zen sect, the lineage of wisdom went over to China. The shower of Dharma blossomed in China during the time of Master Hui Neng, the 6th patriarch, who was illiterate, by the way, who was well versed in prajna or wisdom. The sutra that Hui Neng read and practiced, and I don't think he could read it, was the Diamond Sutra, the heart of Shakyamuni's doctrine. Master Hui Neng first awakened to his faith because of the Diamond Sutra. It was the sutra he received from the 5th patriarch, Hong Ren. Even in the Zen sects that preach not using language to transmit the teaching, the Diamond Sutra is accepted as the main sutra and is read universally.
Is this the same as the Diamond Cutter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vajrachedeka. Yeah. My master tried many different methods and became confident with the Diamond Sutra and the practice of surrendering. What he means by surrendering, I'm still not clear. I think offering up or whatever, I don't know. He once said that with this method one can achieve Buddhahood in a single lifetime. We've heard this. The Diamond Sutra is the answer to Venerable Subhuti's question. If a good man or a good woman is determined to awaken to the supreme enlightenment, how should he or she control and exert the mind? Chapters 3, 4, 5 directly answer Subhuti's question. In chapter 3, Buddha tells us to control our minds by turning all our useless thoughts, which cause us to be born in 9 different sentient beings, into Buddhas. All sentient beings will be led to nirvana by my efforts. How then does one make Buddhas out of one's discriminating minds? Okay. My master said, if you surrender every thought to Buddha, it will become a Buddha. This is tough. This is Zen talk here. He also said that the practice of surrendering is reverence arising from one's mind, not from someone's request. In chapter 4, Buddha says to practice giving without regard to appearances of sight, sound, smell, touch, flavor, or any other qualities. The 3 spheres are empty when you give. That's what he's saying. How do we practice the mindset of giving without regard to appearances? As long as one has an ego, one cannot detach oneself from appearances. The ego is the snake that really isn't the snake. We imagine it, we create it, and that's the problem. Of course, it runs the show, but
So we don't need to get rid of it?
we have to see if it what it really is, because it has use. As Holiness says, it makes you, determined to do this or that and stuff like that. But the idea that's inherently existent and it's separate and all these other bad things in the relative world, I don't know. That's a big topic. We all know. We don't even know what ego is. Okay, as long as one has an ego, one can detach itself from appearance. On the other hand, if one purifies the ego, he doesn't say get rid of it, he said purifies. Everything one does will be detached from appearances. As Master Bach said, in order to purify your ego, whatever you do in your life, do it for Buddha. Instead of doing things for yourself, practice doing everything for Buddha, who represents everyone. Because he's only concerned, or her only concerned. There's no gender at that level. This is helping everyone arise to that state. Make serving the Buddha the purpose of your life. By cleansing your ego this way, when your mentality of serving Buddha is mature, you can practice charity without regard to appearances. When you exert your mind in that way, free of attachment, your merit will be boundless, as incalculable as empty space. We drop out of the world of this and that, and numbers, and how much do I owe you? In chapter 5, Buddha tells us to recognize that all of our ideas at our level are incorrect. incorrect, for we still have an ego. He says that when we surrender all our inner discriminations to Buddha and see the universe with an empty mind, we will perceive the bright radiance of the universe, the Tathagata, the one that, the Dharmakaya maybe, even better, I would think. I'm not sure. As you practice chapters 3, 4, and 5, gradually you will become proficient in the state of exerting your mind without attachment. Diamond is the hardest of all minerals. Unchanging wisdom that does not break can be called diamond prajna, prajna being wisdom. With this diamond prajna, the teaching that leads us from the shore of samsara to the shore of nirvana is the Prajna Paramita Dharma Diamond Sutra. It's part of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutras. After teaching many people for 40 years, the Buddha named this teaching the Diamond Sutra, for he was confident that everyone could be enlightened with this method. And then next time we meet, we'll have why one reads the Diamond Sutra, very short. So we filled our time nicely, so now we went over the limit. They're throwing us off the air. Terrible. Any names, Mr. Smith? No names. So whoever has passed away in all the conflicts of the world, the starving people in Gaza, people in Darfur, we can go around the whole world. There's nothing but trouble. West Orange, anyone? A Sutra of the Recollection of Noble Three Jewels. I prostrate to the omniscient one. You need an espresso, Mark?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thus the Buddha, Bhagavat, Tathagata, Arahat, Samyak Sambuddha,
the learned and virtuous one,
the Sugata, the knower of the world, the charioteer and tamer of beings, the unsurpassable one, the teacher of devas and humans is the Buddha Bhagavat. The Tathagata is in accord with all merit. He does not waste the roots of virtue. He is completely ornamented with all patience. He is the basis of the treasures of merit. He is adorned with the minor marks. He blossoms with the flowers of the major marks. His activity is timely and appropriate. Seeing him, he is without disharmony. He brings true joy to those who long with faith. His knowledge cannot be overpowered. His strength cannot be challenged. He is the teacher of all sentient beings. He is the father of bodhisattvas. He is the king of noble ones. He is the guide of those who journey to the city of nirvana. He possesses immeasurable wisdom. He possesses inconceivable confidence. His speech is completely pure. His melody is pleasing. One never has enough of seeing him. His form is incomparable. He is not stained by the realm of desire. He is not stained by the realm of form. He is not affected by the formless realm. He is completely liberated from suffering. He is completely and utterly liberated from the skandhas. He is not possessed with dhatus. His ayatanas are controlled. He has completely cut the knots. He is completely liberated from extreme torment. He is liberated from craving. He has crossed over the river. He is perfected in all the wisdoms. He abides in the wisdom of the Buddha Bhagavats who arise in the past, present, and future. He does not abide in nirvana. He abides in the ultimate perfection. He dwells on the bhumi where he sees all sentient beings. All these are the perfect virtues of the greatness of the Buddha Bhagavat. The holy Dharma is good at the beginning, good at the middle, good at the end. Its meaning is excellent. Its words are excellent. It is uncorrupted. It is completely perfect and completely pure. It completely purifies. The Bhagavat teaches the Dharma well. It brings complete vision. It is free from sickness. It is always timely. It directs one further. Seeing it fulfills one's purpose. It brings discriminating insight for the wise. The Dharma, which is taught by the Bhagavat, is revealed properly in the Vinaya. It is renunciation. It causes one to arrive at perfect enlightenment. It is without contradiction. It is pithy. It is trustworthy and puts an end to the journey. As for the Sangha of the great Jnana, they enter completely, they enter insightfully, they enter straightforwardly, they enter harmoniously. They are worthy of veneration with joined palms. They are worthy of receiving prostration. They are a field of glorious merit. They are completely capable of receiving all gifts. They are an object of generosity. They are a great object of complete generosity. The protector who possesses great kindness, the omniscient teacher,
the basis of oceans of merit and virtue, I prostrate to the Tathagata, pure the cause of freedom from passion, virtuous, liberating from the lower realms. This alone is the supreme ultimate truth. I prostrate to the Dharma, which is peace. Having been liberated, they show the path to liberation. They are fully dedicated to the disciplines. They are a holy field of merit and possess virtue. I prostrate to the Sangha. I prostrate to the Buddha, the leader. I prostrate to the Dharma, the protector. I prostrate to the Sangha, the community. I prostrate respectfully and always to these three. The Buddha's virtues are inconceivable. The Dharma's virtues are inconceivable. The Sangha's virtues are inconceivable. Having faith in these inconceivables, therefore the fruitions are inconceivable. May they be born in a completely pure realm.
So 8 verses on training the mind. You're very prescient. That verse is from the same theme as
Right.
with the determination to accomplish the highest welfare of all sentient beings,
who surpass even a wish-granting jewel, I will learn to hold them supremely dear. Whenever I associate with others, I will learn to think of myself as the lowest amongst all, and respectfully hold others to be supreme from the very depths of my heart. In all actions, I will learn to search into my mind, and as soon as a disturbing emotion arises, endangering myself and others, I will firmly face and avert it. I will learn to cherish ill-natured beings and those oppressed by strong misdeeds and sufferings, as if I had found a precious treasure difficult to find. When others out of jealousy treat me badly, with abuse, slander, and so on, I will learn to take all loss and offer the victory to them. When the one whom I have benefited with great hope unreasonably hurts me very badly, I will learn to view that person as an excellent spiritual guide. In short, I will learn to offer to everyone without exception all help and happiness directly and indirectly, and respectfully take upon myself all harm and suffering of my mothers. I will learn to keep all these practices undefiled by the stains of the 8 worldly concerns, and by understanding all phenomena as like illusions, be released from the bondage of attachment.
And now the prayer for the swift return of Rato Chungla Rinpoche, written by His Holiness. Exalted wisdom of all
Victors gathered in a drop, sole refuge manifest in the form of the one wearing saffron robes. Guru Losang Tubuang Dorje Chan, please bear witness here today that our prayers may be fulfilled. We beseech the great torch of doctrine, accomplishing from long ago the vast waves of aspirational prayers, Lord of speech of the Victor Losang's teachings, spreading them to the ends of the earth by means of explanation and practice. Though holding the commitment, I will invite all beings to be my guest in unsurpassed great awakening, yet you have withdrawn the activities of the form body that serves the welfare of others. Is that worthy of the supreme among beings, the Bodhisattvas? Though impossible for you till cyclic existence end, to abandon your commitment to liberate all beings, we beseech the new son of Nirmanakaya to swiftly return from the realm of Dharmakaya, brought forth by Bodhicitta drawn by 7 steeds. Having reached the far limits of scholarship, religious life, and goodness, please come swiftly as an unrivaled supreme emanation, full holder of the sage's teachings, and wish-fulfilling jewel. Return as the glory of Losang Tenpe, magnificent truth of the 3 precious jewels, Mahakala, Kamayama, and Srimati Devi, and the ocean of Dharma protectors. May you spontaneously fulfill our wish, the swift blossoming of the reincarnation's fresh moonlight face.
So this concludes tonight's presentation. Today is a Chinese holiday, San Fu. So it's a hot summer holiday, S-A-N-F-U, I'm told. The next Dharma talk will be next Monday night, August 4th, in New York City on the 30th, 151 West 30th Street, 3rd floor. Look it up on the website. And the following Wednesday we'll be here, and then we have plenty of activities. The following Saturday we have Tara and the appearance of Geshe-Ma Ladron, and August 11th we have Simon Holton. So We have a nice menu.
Is Tara gonna be later in the day?
No, I think it'll be, I don't know, we can assign that ourselves,
Yeah.
figure it out ourselves.
Okay.
We'll forego Tara for her to come, we can do it quickly before she gets it while we're preparing, I don't know, we'll play it by ear, whatever people want, we're listening online.
Mm.
Send in your suggestions, and we will respond if we're awake.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for your kind, patient listening in this hot weather.